Test one, two. Sound check. Logging in. Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Hello, hello. How are you doing? How is your day?
I, I'm good, and
Good.
I think today is normal.
Ah,
It's not so bad.
not
Yeah.
so bad. All right. Today's not so bad either. Actually, I slept too late. Honestly, I slept at around 4 o'clock in the morning. I have to finish
Oh,
a lot of paperworks, a lot of stuff, and I pretty much say I'm very, very proud of my students, all of my students. I'm very, very proud of you all. You did a very, very good job for the course of the whole month. Rarely did I encounter any errors when it comes to pronunciation, vocabulary, grammar, and fluency. So, yeah. Oh, and by the way, it's cold today here in the Philippines. I don't know if it started to get cold there in Hanoi, but yeah, I can feel the Christmas season or the holidays here in the Philippines now because it's cold.
oh, yeah.
Yes.
I- I- yes, in Hanoi, yeah, also it's also cold today, and tomorrow it's colder.
Colder. Wow. I love cold
Yeah.
weather. I love cold weather. Although in California, we rarely have cold weather, not unless you are from the northern part of California. Unfortunately for us, we're on the southern side of California in San Diego. So it's more like of an Asian. That's why Asians love California or Florida because of the weather. It's very much Asian. Not too cold, not too hot. But anyway, if you remember yesterday, let me just share my screen real quick. Oh, let's go ahead here. I trust that you enjoyed your coffee this morning. I saw I saw.
Yeah, thank you.
Is that in your office? Is that in your office?
Now it's the cafe in near my house.
Ah, I love sceneries. I love like cafes, restaurants that overlooks waters, body of waters like rivers, seas. I don't know why, but I like them. So I was like, oh, you had a great view, warm water,
Yes,
coffee, just relaxing. Okay,
yes.
okay. Maybe this
So
Saturday I will be able to do that. I'll see. Okay. If you remember,
yes.
yesterday we talked about page 38. All right. We discussed, we read, we discussed, and we had an understanding of why sometimes, or most of the time, it is important to know cultures. All right. Cultures, basically. Majority of the cultures, especially Asians, we are very warm people, very accommodating, polite, polite. There are only a few Asians that I know that is not polite, but majority Vietnamese, Filipinos, Cambodians, Thai were very warm. And in this lesson, we learned of two cultures: Russian culture and English culture. We don't say that Russian culture is bad. It just so happened that is their culture. So we have to understand. We answered true or false, and at the same time, we answered letter D. Uh, covering the text, we completed the phrases with missing verbs. But we're going to answer this letter E. I don't know in Vietnam.
Yes.
As I've said, I haven't, visited Vietnam yet. My wife did, and she said that there's a lot of people. Number one, number two, people are very warm, very kind, smiling. But don't smile in Russia. They will think you are crazy, right? Remember that. So in your country,
Yes.
are people in your country more like Miranda, warm, polite, uses pleases, thank yous, or are people in your country more like Alexander? Give me tea, pour me some tea,
Uh,
like that. Okay, you can answer now.
yeah. Yes. Actually, our people is I think more like Alexander.
Why?
but
Oh,
it's about 70% or something.
okay, okay. I am intrigued because for 3 years that I've been teaching here at Free Talk English, and I've also been teaching this course over and over and over to different students. I will be honest with you. Your answer is the first time that I've heard that people from Vietnam are more like Alexander. I'm puzzled because most of my students, oh, Miranda, we're like Miranda. We like welcoming. We
No,
smile.
no.
We so please tell me. I am intrigued. Tell me why Alexander.
Maybe it's my opinion or
Yes. Uh huh.
my point of view.
Yes. It's okay. It's
Yes,
okay. I'm just intrigued. I want to
yes,
know your basis. This is where our lesson will come into play. Go.
yes, yes. For example, in my uh, I met I've met many people
Mm-hmm.
in many province in my country,
Uh huh.
and when they discuss something or they are talking about something, so they more I think it's more directly more direct,
More
to
direct.
the
Mm.
more yes more direct to the thing, not so polite
Mm.
as Miranda.
Ah. Okay.
Uh,
Okay. I'm writing your answers. All right. All right. Aside from that, aside from being direct, what you say most of the people are more direct. So basically, with that, we can use the words up front. Up front. It's synonymous to the word up front. You can use that. You can also use frank. Teacher, isn't Frank a name? No, it's not just a name. It's also a term used for people. Remember, what was that instance again? Remember when the mother of Alexander made a comment about Miranda's cooking? All right.
yes,
That is a form of being direct. I'm going to tell you the truth. Whether you like it or not, whether you get hurt or not, I'm going to tell you the truth. That is upfront, that is frank. No holds barred. In the US, we call it frank. Oh, you're very much frank. You talk no holds barred. You don't care whether you will hurt other people's feelings as long as it's true. So you can use those terms.
yes.
They're more upfront, they're more frank. Okay. Not so polite. Why not so polite, if I may ask? Do you have any examples?
uh, yes. In some situation, I think there are a lot of Vietnamese uh, men
Man, okay.
very yes, is some time they speak is very loudly,
Mm-hmm. I understand.
and also when they have the party and they bring some alcohol, so it's very bad.
It's automatic.
uh
Automatic.
yeah, it's more fast. Yes,
If you're a man, you go into a party, you drink alcohol, it's very automatic. Give it like an hour or so, then men will start to be noisy and loud. You can use the word loud, you know, you know. Instead of saying people
yes,
they speak louder, you can use the word loud. They are loud. Why? They're already drunk. Even here in the Philippines,
yes,
there's actually a province in the Philippines. It's next to our province. They are known for being very very macho. If you've heard of this word, macho is a Spanish word for being very manly. All right, their culture is that we're very manly, we're loud, we always speak like we're angry, but they're not. But culturally, they are very, very. They always get into fights. Okay, they always get into fights, especially when they're drunk. My car is the best car. No, 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 my car is the best car. They're like that. There's a specific
Yes.
province they call it Batangas. All right, people are very, very loud. When I was still working in an agricultural company, I used to roam that provinces, and they always like to drink. They always like to drink alcohol, hard liquor, not beer, not lager, hard liquor. All right, and that's their culture. So yeah, all right, very good.
And uh, and
See,
for example, if you join a party
mm-hmm.
with some guy, they will ask you to bring the whiskey or wine.
Ooh, okay.
Even you cannot drink. So for me it's very impolite.
Oh, yeah,
Impolite.
yeah. All right. Good thing I know you, and good thing that is your stand. So when I come to Vietnam, no one would oblige me to bring whiskey or hard liquor. I don't drink hard liquor, honestly. It's hard. It's kind of like hot.
Yes.
You know, I have to be honest. I drank beer before. I think beer is where I can stand, but not hard liquor. When you drink hard liquor, it's like hot. Goodness. But
Yes.
anyway, so basically, I like your answers. I like your answers. You used very, very good vocabulary, easy to understand. All right. So I just gave you additional vocabulary just in case you will be speaking with this topic again. You can use the word upfront, frank, and also my share of the story is the reason I was like intrigued is because most of my students says that they are very welcoming, and I've seen them. Uh, I have one student right now who I think it's in his middle 50s or 40s. He doesn't seem to be like loud. He's a very, very nice guy, very, very polite even. Even when he sneezes,
Yes.
excuse me, teacher. If he gets late for a minute, I'm sorry, teacher. Excuse me, teacher. Can I please drink? He's very polite. So you are right. You're right. There's nothing wrong with what you said. Maybe it's just also a form of regionalism. Because if you will study culture, it comes within territories, different regions, different provinces, different cultures. Just imagine in the Philippines. I don't know if you know, but Filipinos has 140 plus dialects. What is dialect? 147 plus languages. I,
Oh.
I speak Filipino, Tagalog. My wife is from the southern part islands of the Philippines. She speaks Bisaya. Her mom speaks Bisaya and Spanish. I speak Spanish too. So there's a lot. It comes within the territory that, communication or language and culture does come hand in hand. Very good. Very good answers. Now, let's proceed with the next page. We will go to page 39. This time around, we're going to have a listening exercise. 3.4. Let me just get 3.4 real quick. 3.4. 3.4. Here we go. All right. Where's your book? There. Oh, no, no, not this one. Sorry. There you go. 3.4. Listen to three people who have lived in England answering the question, are English people too polite? Do they answer yes or no? If yes, what do they think the English should do? Let me repeat. Listen to three people who have lived in England answering the question, are English people too polite? Do they answer yes or no? If yes, what do they think the English should do? So let's go ahead and listen. Stop sharing so we can play the audio much more clearer. Here we go.
3.4. Laszlo.
Well, I think sometimes yes. English people can be so polite that you don't really understand them. For example, I went to London with some other teachers from Hungary to do a training course for teachers of English. It was a special course for foreign teachers. During the course, the tutors, the people who were teaching us, talked to us a lot about our progress. And we thought we were all doing really well. So we were very, very surprised when some of us failed the course. What had happened was that the English tutors were so polite when they gave their opinion about our teaching that we didn't realise we were doing things badly. I think that's typically English. I think sometimes they need to say what they think to be more direct.
Paula.
I think English people are so polite that it makes us Latin people think that they're cold. I mean, we're very noisy and extrovert, and so when they're quiet and polite, we think that they don't like us, that they're being unfriendly. So maybe yes, they can be too polite. I think they need to relax more.
Okay.
Melik.
I think the English are very polite, but I don't think they are too polite. I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's a good thing. In my job, I've met a lot of English people, and I think they are much more polite than we are, both in the way they talk and also in the way they respect other people's opinions. And their manners in general are much better. Okay, this isn't true about all English people. The football hooligans and some of the tourists that come here to Turkey and drink too much, they are not polite. But the majority are, and I like it.
Renata.
Well, I went to London a few years ago, and one day, surprise, surprise, it was raining. And I was walking along the street, and everybody had an umbrella. And every time someone went past me, they hit me with the umbrella, and then said, "Oh, sorry," or "I'm awfully sorry," or "I'm terribly sorry." And after the 10th time this happened, I just said to the person who hit me, "Please stop saying sorry and just be more careful." So, in answer to your question, I don't think English people are too polite. They say sorry and thank you a lot, but it doesn't really mean anything.
Okay. It's true. It's true. If someone's gonna hit you with an umbrella, I would rather, have you not say sorry, but just be careful in walking. But anyway, we will tackle that. All right. So let's go ahead. What is your answer for number one? Laszlo, an English teacher from Hungary. Does he think that people in or English people are too polite? Yes or no?
Yes. He said it's English people is too polite. Polite.
Mhm. Too polite. So what do you think they should do? What did Laszlo said?
Uh, Lasso said the English should more direct,
Mm,
more direct.
more direct.
Yes.
They should be more direct instead of like saying subtleties. That's what you call subtleties. Instead of saying directly, your cooking is bad, they are going to say, I'm sorry, but you can improve your cooking by adding this, by adding that. It's still being very nice. All right, next one. How
Yes.
about number two? Paula, a businesswoman from Argentina. Is it polite yes or impolite no?
Yes. Yes. Paula said English is so polite.
Mhm.
Yes.
And what do you think? What did Paula say that the English should do?
Yeah. Paula. She said. She said the English should relax. Should relax.
I'm sorry, should direct.
No. Relax.
Can you please type your answer?
Relax.
Let me see. Should relax. Okay. Yeah, according to Paula, I think English people are so polite that it makes us Latin people think that they're cold. I mean, we're very noisy. Yeah, it's true. Latinos are very, very noisy. They speak loudly. Hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Qué me habla español? They're so loud. They're so loud. All right. Very noisy and extrovert. And when they're quiet and polite, we think that they don't like us, that they're being unfriendly. So maybe, yes, they can be polite, but I think they need to relax more. Very good. Relax. Can you say relax? X. Relax.
Relax.
There you go. Perfect. Okay, next one. Melik, an economist from Turkey. What do you think was his answer?
Uh, no. He said the English is no polite.
Okay, how do you think that, what would support your answer for that? Can you please elaborate? Can you please tell me more? How did Melik
Uh,
said that, yeah, no, they're not polite?
because uh, there are some hooligan and some tourists
Mm,
is they are drink they drink and they drink and loudly or something like that in
yeah,
Turkey.
kind of like that, yeah. When Englishmen goes to Turkey, especially those hooligans are, the term that you call an Englishman, that, creates a lot of bad things. All right, they're noisy, they're loud, they trash a lot of things, they mess up a lot of things. Actually, the answer is half and half. We're torn in that, but I would say it would be yes. Why? Malik said, I think the English are very polite, but I don't think that they are too polite. I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing. So, no negative things. I think it's a good thing. In my job, I have met a lot of English people, and I think they're much polite than we are, both in the way they talk and also in the way they respect other people's opinion. So that's already a yes. And their manners are generally much better. Okay, this isn't true about all English people. So he's saying majority maybe English people are polite, but there are only a few people, or there are a few people who are hooligans, tourists that come here to Turkey and drink too much. They're not polite, but the majority are, and I like it. So it's still a yes. All right, last one. Renata, a student from Germany. What do you think is her answer?
Answers the English is not so polite
Mm,
because she have uh, 10 times the English with umbrella hit to hit her.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Very good. I understand your thought. All right. According to Renata, I went to London for a few years ago, and one day, surprise, surprise, it was raining. I was walking along the street, and everybody had an umbrella. And every time someone went past me, they hit me with the umbrella and said, "Oh, sorry," or "I'm awfully sorry," or "I'm terribly sorry." And after the 10th time, you are correct. Imagine you're able to get that. Very good. This happened. I just said to the person who hit me, please stop saying sorry and just be more careful. So, in answer to your question, I don't think English people are too polite. They say sorry and thank you a lot, but it doesn't really mean a thing. It's just for the sake of saying. All right. There's a saying that, what you say, you mean what you say. You know, for Americans, let me share you a bit of American culture. When Americans say that, they appreciate you, they really mean it. They're not much into talk. They're also straightforward. They will tell you, I don't like you. We're not friends. They are going to say it. They don't care. But when they thank you, when they say, I appreciate you, thank you so much, they mean it. That's their culture. How about the culture of Vietnam? Say, for example, let's use Renata's example. It's raining. A lot of people are walking, umbrellas. What if someone hits you? Do they say sorry, or they do they avoid hitting you? Can you please enlighten me?
Yeah, yes. In that situation, the people in Vietnam in avoid to hitting to hit someone.
So instead of just walking directly, if you see, oh, I'm about to hit this, I'm just going to adjust my umbrella so that I won't hit the person. All right. All right. And if you do, say for example, you do, what do you usually do? If you did hit someone with an umbrella, of course, unintentionally, what do you right away say, I'm sorry? What do you do?
Yes, in that case, I will say sorry to that people, that person, and after that, uh, I have I have to be more carefully
Mm,
when I
okay.
working
Okay.
when working.
I'll take that note. When I go to Vietnam, I'm gonna try going outside if it's raining. I'll see what happens. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Very good answers. I like your answers. Your understanding and listening skills are very, very good, as you were able to understand the question and you were able to answer them directly. That's our goal. Not just to read, but also to learn how to listen, and basically by listening, answering in return. Do you want to say something?
Yes. Actually, I don't fully understand for listening. So can you send me a link?
Yes, I
So
as always, as
yes,
we always do, because I always send you the link so that you can review, and then we can by tomorrow's class, before we start our class, you know that we review our lessons. So yeah, actually you did understand, because if you didn't understand, you won't be able to answer the questions directly, and you did. Okay. Learning to listen doesn't take overnight. It takes time. But what you did today is already good.
yes.
So that's a good start. I'll see you again tomorrow for our next
Thank
class.
you.
You have a great evening.
Yes,
Don't worry. I'll send you the link later on.
yes,
You take care. All right. Goodbye.
yes. See you. Yeah.
See you.
Thank
Okay.
you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.